Hey, welcome back to my channel. It's Riddle, and today we're going to be covering some inexpensive aesthetic improvements to a small rental property of ours. An aesthetic improvement is when you don't have the money to buy new windows or put in new heating, but you're doing something that takes the focus away from outdated appliances or what have you. So I'm going to show you one really simple but cool trick, and that is painting old electrical heater. This unit has electrical baseboard heating and blower heating, and they painted the walls this nice kind of almond-y color, but we still have this really kind of gray-green color, outdated color to the actual electric heater blower. So the first important thing to do is to carefully take off your screws, and it disattaches really easily in just one place where the electricity connects. Then, of course, it was full of dust and crud and everything else. The most effective way to get one of these cleaned is if you have a air compressor and there's an attachment with this excellent concentrated blower, and I was able to really clean this out, dry clean it really well using the blower, so eliminating a potential fire hazard. Next, if you're going to paint something that's going to get hot, you need high heat spray paint. These are specifically designed for painting things that get really warm. This is a really important detail. This is a pretty good match I found at Home Depot to the wall. I think it's going to practically make this outdated heater disappear. So that's it. Then you're going to take it and try not to work if you're too tired. But if you're too tired, you still really want to cover your mechanics, because it's just not worth the mess. Or if you're doing the job for somebody else, it can become a real expense not doing it right. Don't take it into the grass and paint it. Don't do something stupid. Don't do it on styrofoam, because paint dissolves styrofoam and becomes a real mess. So I got my paper down, and I'm going to start with my sides. Gentle. You probably want to paint it twice, so you don't like go till it's dripping off. Come around this side. We're going to do like a nice light paint on this side, so it's almost just enough. And then we're going to let that dry on, and then we're going to go back a second time and do the same thing, and that way we're not going to have drips and what have you. But you can see how that color is going to blend in with the wall flawlessly, really flawlessly. So the next thing I wanted to show you in our aesthetic upgrade, as I've named it, oh heck, let's walk it in and take a look just for fun. I'm just going to do the bottom half of this with a light coat, just so you can see the transformation from the before and after. How's that? Okay, let's take a look. Whoa, check that out. So now this thing is just going to disappear into the wall instead of standing out as this ugly, outdated heater, because it actually works really well. That's the sad thing. It just looked like an eyesore. So I'm going to set this down. We're going to finish painting this later. I'm not going to waste your time on that. The second thing I'm going to show you is our new windows. But they're not new windows. This house was built in the 70s, and they're old aluminum frame windows. And right now we just don't have the time, the money actually to replace them. So because it's a small space down here, you can see before they were this black-brown, and they really kind of stood out as really ugly and outdated, and they took up visual space. The fireplace also was really dark brick, and I did a whitewash on it, opening up the space and bringing more light in. So with this, I want to tell you, sometimes saving money in the wrong ways isn't good. When you buy the tape to tape off your window, don't go cheap. I tried to save money, and I bought this masking tape, this brown masking tape made by Scotch. They tell you you can wait for 3 hours to pull it off and it won't take up the paint. It's not true. I had it on for like 15 minutes, pulled the paint right off the wall. Tried to save money, lost time and money. Go for the blue stuff. It's the best. It really works the best, and it's not going to ruin your pre-existing paint. So what you're going to do is you're going to tape off as close to your frame as you possibly can, all the way around. And then you're going to tape as close as you can to the inside of your frame, all the way around. Then you're going to buy paper, very inexpensive, or you could use newspaper if you have it. It's always good to recycle. But if you're in a hurry or you don't read, like a lot of people are all online now, they don't get a physical newspaper. This brown paper they sell at Home Depot works great. So taping all the way around your frame, taping all the way around your wall. Then you're going to fill in on the glass with this paper, tape that on. And when you put your blue tape around your molding, it's worth taking it all the way out. It's worth the extra money of doing 2 pieces and coming all the way out to here. Because when we go in and spray paint this, you're going to have that residual mist, and you're going to have to repaint all of this if you hit that with the mist, and you can't even tell you're doing it. What kind of paint do I use to paint these frames? You want to use a paint that can paint on plastic or metal, because these are metal that are I've already been a paint coating on it. I'm using this. Now, if there's something less expensive, I wanted a satin finish. I didn't want a gloss finish, and I didn't want a matte finish. Don't spend extra money for this sprayer feature. It's not as great as they sell it to be, but it was the color I wanted. It was a satin, and so I spent the $5 instead of the $3. But you take this, you pop it off, and then very carefully, you're gonna go in and you're gonna paint just your frame. You want to make sure you get all the different sides of it before you pull your tape off and everything. Go all the way around really carefully, all the different angles. And then the next thing you know, give it 15-20 minutes to dry. If you've got a fan on it, that should work. Get your tape off, and you've got white framed windows instead of these really obvious looking 1970 frame windows with this dark black framing that just doesn't make sense in this space anymore, because we have white trim, we have a whitewashed fireplace, we have bright lighting, and we needed white window frames. And so for about $20, $25, and a lot of work, we've got windows that at least look aesthetically updating. That's my key word, and that's all I have to share with you today. If you like my money-saving tips of doing home projects or improving your rental properties affordably, please subscribe. It helps. And take care of yourselves and take care of each other.